Started. I cannot believe it's already December 8th of 2025. We only have 24 days left this year. Time is absolutely flying by. I'm going to go over some reminders of some of the promotions and upcoming events and things that's happening. I wanted to chat with you about really with only three weeks left in 2025, I thought we could spend just a few minutes talking about that. In really spending rest of the year to finish the year strong, but also to get ready for 2026. So let's go over some reminders of some of our promotions. I know all of you saw this in the director chat and the team leader chat last week. We're really excited about the Gift of Glow promotion that started a couple of days ago on Friday, and it will be going until this coming Wednesday. So we have 3 more days, including today, where we have great packages, but also receiving double travel points for personal purchases of those bundles. It's going to be awesome. So let's see, let's take a look. We have, three different bundles, as you know. So the very first one, say goodbye to dry bundle. Obviously, it's a very easy Christmas gift, holiday gift, inexpensive, but with incredible product for people that maybe never tried our product. It's a great starter set, for $99 USD, $138 Canadian dollars, where they could get a calming balance gel, oil mist, and set and stay makeup spray, and getting a free multi-stick balm. It's an incredible opportunity, as an introduction gift, for people that maybe at a comfortable level that you want to give to. And it's a perfect way for, a lot of the planners and distributors in your team to really, get their family and friends to try our products, right? And it's awesome because it still gives 90 SP and it gives 10 travel points during the promotion. So dry bundle, we know how good those products are. I don't have to go over it. It's going to be awesome. Also, another great gift set is going to be, of course, our Botalab hair products. That includes the one free ICD makeup glow up lip oil. So, same thing. It's a 10 travel points, 95 US dollars, 133 Canadian dollars. As you know, Botalab hair care is my some of my absolute favorite. If not, I don't know what I would look like today because I was definitely having some challenges um, since 7 years ago until 3 years ago when I met Riman. So um, I'm actually in I'm actually in Arizona right now with my son for soccer tournament, and since I get to share a hotel room with my son, of course I always travel with my Botalab, and I'm explaining. I got to give him extra product training that he probably wasn't interested in, but to make sure that he's using it more and using it even more properly. And this is like someone that you love, know, and you care about. I think, of course, this is a great bundle for people that wants to do even lighter, like the product as a Christmas gift. You want to like literally get something ready to give multiple people gifts, or if you know someone and you are trying to look for a higher value of gift. I think giving them a full-on experience of our ICD makeup, it's absolutely incredible. So I think obviously the best part is, if you want to give someone a gift of just trying one color or a couple colors, this is really great for the distributors, to get ready for Christmas. But also, if you know some beauty professionals and people that are in the industry that you think are going to absolutely love experiencing all of ours, utilizing this holiday glam bundle is a great opportunity. Of course, for yourself, I think the best person you should be gifting yourself, gifting is yourself, where you could receive these free products and get great value, and of course, get double the travel point, and it's a great value for the holiday glam bundle. So this is going until Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. Let's promote, let's share, let's help every single one of our partners to take full advantage of the promotion, and it's going to be great for them for getting ready for Christmas. Also, get great for them in starting December with great volume and great momentum, before to close out 2025, to close out December very strong. As you know, we have the leadership search promotion that is going right now. I will tell you right now, our recruiting count for first week of the month in first 7 days, it's probably the highest it's been in a long time. So a lot of teams, a lot of leaders, a lot of partners are taking full advantage of this promotion to really plant the right seeds for 2026, to make sure that everybody is, full on recruiting mode. As you know, that many people are going to be, wanting to start new habits and new disciplines and new opportunities, looking for ways to better their lives, as January comes. And best time to position them and prepare for them is December. And they may maybe full on running hard, January 1st when 2026 begins. But the fact that they could get in position in December to be part of this promotion, to earn extra potentially $2,500, 5,000, or 7,500, or 10,000, or get all of them, qualify for all four of them for extra $25,000 in cash bonus for achieving the ranks that they want to achieve anyways in 2026 as they start their business with us. It's a great opportunity. I know I said it on a monthly rundown call. I also said it on last week's call, as well as the directors meeting that we had last week. You know, we only could search when we could only find when we search. When we're not searching, they could literally be right in front of us, and we miss out. I tell many of the leaders I work with, I tell them all the time, just think about, it doesn't matter in your team if you had 100 people sign up, or 1,000 people sign up, or 10,000 people not sign up so far. Just think about this. How many potential national directors is it possible that have signed up in your organization, but because we weren't searching, because we weren't necessarily looking for someone, with the desire and the traits and the commitment and everything that it takes, with the right conversation and right environment, they could have became a national director, but we missed them, and they were already in our team. If you think about it, it happens all the time. And if you think about how you got started, when you got started in the business, what if someone didn't have the conversation they had with you when you are launching your business, when you're going through your orientation, when you're setting your team leader goal? The reality is, with thousands and thousands of people joining every single week in our business, the reality is many of them join, but they don't get launched properly. Many of them join, and no one has the conversation with them about putting a game plan to become a senior manager, game plan to become a team leader, and game plan to even get them to think about one day becoming a director, senior director, national director. If that conversation doesn't happen, somebody with the biggest desire, motivated, hungry, great network. It's the perfect timing in life. They've been looking for something, they've been searching for something, and that's why they signed up. But if they're not having that conversation, if they are not brought into game planning, thinking, and navigation, sharing, conversation, they join and they end up doing nothing, not because they don't want to, because they don't know what to do, they don't know where to go, they don't know what direction to take, they don't know what's possible, they don't know what's not possible, that they join our team and they may end up not doing anything. And we never even get to know them. That Would you guys agree with that? It happens all the time. So it's important to have the conversation. It's important to talk about, and this promotion, what it does more than anything is gives us an opportunity, gives us the reason, gives us the excuse to talk about it. with every person that's joining. Don't prejudge like, hey, this person is busy, this person is successful, this person doesn't need money, this person has too much debt and they're struggling, they can't even buy a business kit. Don't prejudge. You just never know. We have stories, as many of someone like Karen Kong, right, who was already very successful, partner at investment bank, saw an opportunity, but someone had the right conversation about why she should be a senior manager right away, why she should run to become a team leader, why she should run to become a director. If those conversations didn't happen, same person in the same opportunity, it's very possible she would have never ran for it. She would have never made the commitment to put in the action for it. Does that make sense to you? But also, same time, we have many people that join our business where they're not in a good financial condition. They're buried in debt. I'll give you an example. Our first team leader, first director, and first senior director in Taiwan, Lisa. She used to run 8 different coffee shops, and when COVID hit, and Taiwan was very strict with COVID, she lost everything. She lost all 8 of her businesses, coffee shops, and she was buried in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And she's a single mother and was at the edge of like don't know what to do next, in life. She was in a very, very tough situation when she found Riman November, December of 2023. It's only 2 years ago, and she got started, and she was hungry, she was motivated, and I'll tell you, she was rough around the edges because she was so frustrated in life. I mean, she was yelling and screaming at everybody. We had to have some serious conversations. Now she doesn't, and she's a great place in life. But she was, buying a business kit was a hard commitment for her, and financially not in a good position. But somebody had that conversation. Somebody had that conversation. She saw the opportunity that, hey, I could run and do it. And part of it was when we're launching a market, we have that first month team leader kind of getting paid for the first month of the business as a team leader if you get promoted. And that was her first goal. She wanted to become team leader right away so she could get compensated as a team leader for the activities that was going to happen. And she did. And her first commission was well over 30 some thousand dollars, which was first time she made that type of money. And it changed her life, and about 8 months into the business, she was able to no, about a year into the business, she was able to, pay off her debt, which was she was so grateful for, and she's so emotionally sharing the testimonies of all the time. But somebody had to have that conversation. If there wasn't a reason to run and become a team leader in first month, if there wasn't a reason for someone to have that conversation, and it's the same her, same opportunity, if that conversation and the environment wasn't created, she may have never, ran for it. And she became team leader, of course, first month, and she became a director her second month, and she became a senior director within 4.5 months of being in the business and not having any experience in direct sales. And we know that that's possible, right? We know it's possible. Many of you have became a director within 6 months. Many of you, maybe not from the moment you signed up, but the moment you said, hey, I'm going to actually work the business as a business, many of you became a team leader within first 3 months. Many of you became a director in 6 months after you made the commitment to run to become a director. So we know it is possible. We know there's nothing wrong with taking 2 years to do it, 30, 3 years to do it, a year to do it. It doesn't matter. The plan itself allows everybody to do everything whenever they want to, however they choose to. But it's the game plan conversation with the levers of help of a promotion like this is how you identify, how you go in a leadership search and you search for possible leaders by having this conversation. Because as you have this conversation, you're not just going to recruit more, but the people that you're recruiting by having this conversation, you're going to have the right people they're going to ignite. The right people are going to respond. Right people are going to tell you, hey, you know what? Tell me what to do to get that done. I want to give it a try. Has anybody have ever done it before? If you say, yeah, how many people have done? How do they do it? How can I do it? Show me what to do. I want to do it. What's the best way to do it? The right people are going to respond. Right people are going to be triggered. The right buttons in their subconscious mind is going to get turned on when we have this conversation. And obviously that's what we all want, right? We all want, at the end of the day, we talked about it last week. If our business, in my opinion, is one of the most powerful business model, yet it's most simple business model. If someone says, I'm doing this much revenue, my income is this, I want to double it. In traditional business world, it's pretty complicated. I don't know if any of you know, like I used to be in a restaurant business 22 years ago, a long time ago, 2003. And when our restaurant was already full, tables are already full, right? Where tables are full, we can't open up more hours. Well, how do you double your sales? Think about it from traditional business. How do you double your revenue? How do you double your profit? How do you double your size of your business? What am I going to do? I mean, remodel and get another 7,000 square feet, open up another location. I mean, you're already full. You're already open, maximum hours from, morning to late at night. You can't work twice as many hours, right? How do you do it? You can't double your price if you're charging $25 for entree. You can't, charge 50. How do you do it? The usually in a traditional business, to double your size, double the size of your business, it's a huge risk. And it may happen, it may not happen, but it's a huge risk. And in our business, it's not. In our business, if you want to grow your business, which is the best place to be, because if you're not growing, new people in your team don't have an opportunity to grow. That's what I tell leaders all the time. Like maybe you're satisfied with your income and your size of your business, but if you as a leader, if you're not thinking about growing, how about the new person that just joined yesterday? If they grow, your business grows. So if you're limiting the growth, now they don't have an opportunity to grow. So we got to give the new person the opportunity that you had when you joined 6 months ago or a year ago or 2 years ago. And if they achieve what you achieved in last 1 year of time, if their business becomes what your business is now, from when you got started a year ago, and if you had one or 10 or 100 people do that, your business is going to grow. But at a large scale, how do you double? It's very simple. Same amount of people doing twice as much or twice as many people doing at least same amount of what everybody's doing right now. And that's why the average of what partners are doing is very important. So if you got 100 people doing a certain amount, if you could get 200 people to do the same amount, your business doubles. And there's no risk in that. In our business, it's not a risk. At a restaurant, for me to open up another location, it's a risk. I have to hire double the staff. I have to double the rent, double the operation cost, double the commitment of lease. But it's in our business, you get rewarded to expand. That's what I love about network market. You don't take bigger risk to expand. You don't invest more to grow. You get rewarded. You get commissions, you get bonuses, you get compensated to grow. And that's a beautiful positioning in Riman business opportunity. So if you're saying, hey, December of next year, I want my business to be twice as big as what it is now, the easiest way to do it, I believe, getting the same amount of people to do twice as much, it's way harder than getting twice as many people to do what the average is now. Does that make sense? Getting more people to do what we do is much, much easier than trying to get our current people to perform 2 times, 5 times, 10 times better at their personal level. Does that make sense to you? And the beautiful thing about our business model is if that they could contribute in building team that generates that, then everybody wins. Their personal activities may be the same, but now they have 2, 5, 10 people in their team doing it. Now, it's it's a true multiplication, it's true network marketing, it's true growth you could experience. Instead of sometimes I see organizations, they were doing this production of 100 as an example, and there was only one leader at the time. But later on, two, three, four, five leaders get developed, but now five people are just dividing up the same 100 work. How does that happen? It goes back to the first chapter of John C. Maxwell, 21-year fearful laws of leadership, law of lid. When the leader has a lid, thinking that this is good amount, this is good business, this is what our team does, now you develop leaders. Now you're literally doing the same amount of production with more people dividing it up. Instead of everybody that you were doing 100, now you should have five more people doing 100. So your business becomes 500. Does that make sense? So I believe the best way to search for leaders is to use a promotion like what we have going on right now. That's why it's called, leadership search promotion. And December, yes, we should recruit more with the promotion, but we also should really have the right conversation of everybody that's signing up, to identify, to really dig deep and search to identify future team leaders and directors and senior directors and national directors, that's going to be running with us in 2026. As many of you know, this coming week is the pre-launch, starting of Riman Japan. So Friday, December 12th is when the website is going to go live, where people could sign up, people could order products, people could sign up as customers. Those things are going to begin. If you haven't took advantage of the Gaia Showman prior to us getting started, you could do Gaia Showman. Once we launch on December 12th, once they create an account, they could actually purchase a set of 10 Gaia Showman online. So they could buy Gaia Showman, to sign up for themselves as well as sign up other people. Also, if they physically come to our Tokyo event or Osaka event, we're going to be having physical Gaia Showman documents there, for guests to take. So if you're sending people to Tokyo and Osaka event, and you haven't sent them a Gaia Sherman document, they could come to the reception desk. They could get a document so they could use the number that's on there, during enrollment. It is required to have Gaia Sherman number to actually sign up as a distributor, as a planner in Japan. That's not Riman regulation, it's government regulation that we have to follow by. So they could still register for the event using the QR code. I myself will be there. Mr. Wang will be there. I heard Ms. Karen Kong is going to be there. I also heard Mr. Steve Hyun is going to be there. I heard, several directors are going to be there. I heard MJ Kim from Atlanta is going to be there. I know there's going to be a lot of leaders. I think I also heard that Mr. Ivan Tapia is going to be there. Many leaders are going to be there. It's going to be a great, great event. If you know people in Japan, please send them our way. We'll do our best to take good care of them. Events should be around 2 to 3 hours, starting at 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday in Tokyo and Osaka. As I mentioned earlier, it is the last 24 days of 2025. One of my favorite teachings from Mr. Jim Rohn is when Mr. Jim Rohn talks about time management. And he says most people get through their days. They go through their days, but successful people, they get from their days. That's probably one of my favorite teachings from Mr. Jim Rohn that I've shared and also taught with many of the leaders that I work with over the years. So, what is the difference between going through it and what is the difference, from getting from it? I believe it is determined by, who gets there first. When I believe that time and money, it's people say time is money. I think it means more than one way. I think it means so many different ways. And one of the ways that I think it explains is, time and money are, it works the same in so many ways. And one of the ways is it doesn't matter how much time you have. If you don't plan it properly, it disappears. It literally disappears. How many of you know some people that don't even have a job? They don't even run a business, but they're busy all the time. How many of you guys know people like that? I mean, you talk to them, they're busy all the time. Yeah, you see some people, they got multiple kids, they got multiple businesses running, and they're still managing it, right? I mean, here's the reality. Elon Musk has 24 hours a day. Jeff Bezos has 24 hours a day, right? We have 24 hours a day. We all have same exact 24 hours a day. So how many of you ever hear partners tell you, I wish I had more time. "Ah, I don't have the time." When the reality is, you're never going to have more time. You're never going to have 28 hours a day or 40 hours a day. Every single one of us are given with same exact time. It's how we work it. And just like when they're not on top of it, it is very possible for let a single day, let a week, let a month, let even a year go by without getting anything from it, but just going through it because it disappears from you when you're not on top of it. Money is the same, right? How many of you know people that make only maybe 50,000 a year, but they don't have their life is, financially stable, but we know people that make 300,000 a year. Some people make $1 million a year, yet they're financially not in a good position, right? So it's not necessarily just having more. It's about having to make sure that you're, maximizing and getting from what you're getting and managing it properly. And I think time and money, it's the same. I think just like it's very possible to waste an hour, waste a day, waste a week, it is very possible for many people to waste a year and waste a decade. In 2025, I believe for many of us, especially the ones that's on this call right now, I don't feel like we wasted this year. We really deposited a lot this year. We worked a lot this year. We inputted a lot. We grew a lot. Maybe financially, not yet. Maybe in some of the production numbers or the ranks that we wanted to, but we haven't achieved yet. But the seeds have to be planted first. The deposits have to be made first, and results usually show up after. It's like physically working out. When we're working out, it doesn't show right away. When we start good habits, the results doesn't show right away, but it's starting and being consistent with the plan, and doing it until is how we see at the end the result literally show you the results of everything you've done for the year, everything you've done for 2 years as you're building something like what you're building with Riman. So I want to encourage every single one of you to make sure that we are, getting from 2026. Of course, we still have 3 weeks left in December, but getting from 2026 instead of going through it, I really believe, just like it is for a time management of each day or each month or each year, it's the same. Whoever gets there first wins. That's the easiest way for me to understand it. If I get to 2026 before 2026 comes to me, I got a better chance of winning. If I get to 2025 December 9th before December 9th comes to me, I have a better chance of winning. What does that mean? What does it mean to get there first? It's having a clear plan of what you're going to get from that day before that day comes to you. It's having a clear plan of what you're going to get from that year before that year comes to you. So next 3 weeks, I mean, 24 days, time's going to go by very fast. What are we going to get from the rest of 2025? What kind of plans do we have? What kind of goals do we have set in place? What activities and what actions, what events and what schedules and what promotions and what conversations, what actions are we planning to take in next 24 days? If I have that plan, if I have a plan for tomorrow, if I have a plan for next 3 weeks, before it comes to me, where as I execute, I know exactly what I'm doing and I know why I'm doing it to achieve what, to get what from it, there is a higher chance of me winning instead of time itself and life itself winning. And so I believe the easiest way and the best way to make sure that you're getting from it instead of going through it is to get there first. And the reason I mentioned it to you now, not in January, now is because I believe while we're finishing 2025, we should really plan out 2026. what do you want to achieve in 2026? What do you want to do with your team in 2026? What are some of your personal goals? What are some of your team goals? What are some of your life goals? What are some of your family goals? Let's think about what we want to accomplish, what we want to get from 2026 before 2026 comes. Most people, they're like, okay, New Year, I'm going to start fresh. New Year, man, I'm going all in. New Year, I'm going to give my best, but they are planning to do that after New Year begins. And they party, New Year's Eve, and they wake up late on January 1st, and they're recovering January 1st, and by the time they think about planning anything in 2026, it's already January 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. You know that they're already starting the year defeated. I believe that all of us at the leadership of Riman North America, we should start 2026 now. We should plan for 2026 now. We should prepare what we want to get from 2026 now, so we could truly win together in 2026 together. And this is conversation that I think a lot of us, you have your team calls, you have your team activities with your team, and a lot of conversations with your leaders. This is probably a good conversation to have with your leaders between now and at the end of the year. So we do have great promotions to increase production, increase activities, and help our partners to have great success. Next 3 more days for the Christmas Gift and Glow promotions, and of course, rest of the month with the December Leadership Search promotions. Let's really finish December so strong. Maybe some people, first 11 months, it wasn't as much as what they would have liked. But December, I believe if they finish strong in December, you could turn it around. I see soccer games that my son plays all the time. They could be losing 4-1, 4-2, and last 20 minutes of the game, last 5 minutes of the game, changes all the time. It's my favorite time of the game, which is the last portion of the game, because winning and losing of that game, of that match, is really determined by how we finish. And we could finish strong together in the next 24 days. So I appreciate everybody joining us this morning. Hope everybody have an incredible day, incredible week. If you're traveling, safe travel. If you're building, let's build strong. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys next time on Zoom event. God bless you. Have a great week. Appreciate everybody. We'll see you guys next time.